They also have interesting stories of helping guys unlock their true potential. Our first guest, for example, his entrepreneurial activity pursues artistic ventures. He's a managing director of New Leaf Ventures, CEO of Bridge Southeast Asia, and founder of DIY Growth. Please welcome Mr. David Bonifacio.
All right. Okay, I've never spoken to a crowd of so many guys before, so it's gonna be and I'm not as motivated when it's mostly guys. I'm very motivated with God says here. All right, so I guess they got me to talk to you about work and looking good at work because I spend maybe 80% of my life in the office. I have a really rigid schedule. Like for those of, I don't know if anyone here is familiar with any of our companies, but we start our first staff meeting at 7 a.m. every day. And so everyone has to be there by 7 a.m. and we end whenever the work ends. Okay? So really quick. So I'll give a quick background to myself. So my name is David Bonifacio. We have a few investments here. And we have a few companies in the group. One of the most famous would be Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf, for those of you who know that. And then, but a lot of our investments are in tech. But one of the things that really excites me is seeing people grow and seeing people successful. But one of the things I hate hearing is when people tell me, okay, when they fail to hit their targets, and they tell me, sir, I did my best, right? I'm sorry I failed, but I did my best. And I tell them, okay, so I use this example over and over. How would you like it if you went to your ATM, it was your payday, you get your ATM card, you stick it in, and you're missing 100 pesos, okay? You're missing 100 bucks, and then you come back to me and say, sir, why am I missing 100 bucks? And I say, sorry, I tried my best, but I didn't have enough cash to pay you. How many of you here would say, that's okay, David, I understand, you tried your best?
No shit.
How many of you here would tell me that? Or for example, you have a contract, right? And you're gonna get paid. It's missing 100 pesos or 1 peso. And you're wondering, why is it missing 1 peso? You don't use this much. How many of you would say, yes, I'm okay with that? No one would. Why? Because no one ever pays for your best. People expect results. You get that?
Yeah.
So the first rule about looking good at work is deliver results. Okay? Now, it's not enough to just deliver results, you have to deliver a certain kind of result. And that's what that's the meat of what I want to talk to you guys about, and that's this idea of BHAGs. This is not original. I copied this completely off another talk I listened to, which is awesome. Okay? So I'm being honest about that, but I want to share it with you, okay? And the first one is, BHAG stands for Big, Hairy, Audacious Goals. Okay? Big, hairy, audacious goals. Let's start with the word big. Okay? And the reason why you want to have big, hairy, audacious goals is because it takes as much effort to make pa-cute as it does to actually be great. Okay, so it takes as much effort to look like something and instead of just really be something. And I think that what I found interesting about Nivea's theme was, it's like the science behind it. In other words, let's come up with stuff that really are great, right? And the themes that they got is, let's have themes about making people really great, not just look great. So let's talk about BHAGs, okay? I don't want to bore you guys too much. But the first one is big, okay? That means something that's bigger than yourself. The smallest possible goal is something that only benefits you. Big goals benefit more than you. And I hope you're listening, and so I hope you're quiet. Listening, whatever it is, really quiet. Okay? Next one is hairy. Okay, this means balbon. No, I'm just kidding. Okay? This means complex. Okay, when something is big and hairy, it forces people to grow and it forces people to learn. If you're attempting things that don't force you to grow or learn, you're attempting something small. Next is audacious. And audacious, basically, how do you know you're being audacious? If someone thinks you're crazy. Okay? If no one thinks you're crazy, then you're doing something that's pretty ordinary. But if someone thinks you're crazy because you're attempting something bigger than you and something that impacts more people than you, that's awesome. Right? One of the stories I like to say here. You guys know Magellan? Okay. In 1521, Magellan came here. If you went back in time and spoke to Magellan, right, and you told Magellan, okay, you know what? I can go to Spain in like 18 hours. What would Magellan tell you?
You're crazy.
You're crazy, right? How can you do that? You say, well, I ride this thing called an airplane. And they go, what's an airplane? Well, it's this metal cylinder with wings. A metal cylinder with wings will take you there in 18 hours. And you're like, yeah, does it flap its wings? No, it doesn't need to flap its wings. It has engines. What's an engine? Right? And you start telling what an airplane's like. And you tell them that you watch movies on the plane. What's a movie? Oh, you know, you have these characters on a screen. What are characters on a screen? You know, he'll never understand that. Why? Because you've seen the future, and the future is greater than today. Right? And that's why you want to be involved in stuff that make you, you know, you don't want to be like in that thing that takes 2 years to come when you can be achieving great things today. Finally, this is all nice and good, but they have to be goals, meaning you back them up with extreme commitment. It's because a lot of people, they say, oh, I have these dreams, I have these dreams, I have these dreams, but they don't back it up with extreme commitment. In other words, there's another word for this it's the word passion. And a lot of people use that word, but they don't know the meaning of the word, because the literal meaning of the word passion is suffering. That's the literal meaning of the word passion. So guys, before you tell a girl that you're passionate for them, don't. I'm already telling you that, right? Don't say it, right? Especially if she reads the dictionary, right? It's suicide, right? But the word passion means suffering, and the idea is that you love something so much that you're willing to have a hard time for it, okay? You're willing to have a hard time for it. And a great example of this is, I don't know if anyone here has children,